We keep hearing of more and more COVID-19 cases popping up, so right now the push is on to get more people vaccinated, especially school-age kids, 12 to 18, as we gear up for the school year. The Lucas County Health Commissioner and partner of the VProject, Zgodzinski, is joining us now. Thanks, Eric, for joining us. Let's talk about the kids. I know there's a big focus. A lot of school districts are going to be mandating masks in certain situations, or at least considering this. What do you think the biggest concern is for the community as the kids go back to school?
I definitely, it is COVID right now with the Delta variant and the unknown that we're approaching the school year much different than we did last year. So how are our kids going to be exposed to COVID? To what extent? We already know that over the last couple of weeks, we're having some issues with COVID in younger kids that are related to school activities. It's not large, but there still is definitely a concern.
What do you think about these school districts that are, some of them mandating the masks? I know it's been said by a couple of politicians on social media lately that parents should not be forced to mask up their kids. That should not be the price of education. What would you say to that?
I think the price of education is when your kid cannot go to school, cannot participate in football, which I think we're all looking forward to, other extracurricular activities. And the vaccination is definitely the way to keep them more in school, possibly in school. Couple that with a mask, and you've increased your ability to make sure that you're not out of school for an extended amount of time, like we saw last year.
So 50% of people in Ohio, roughly 50% of people roughly in Lucas County have not been vaccinated, despite the fact that you can really go down the street and get a vaccine. We've been offered money to get a vaccine. So clearly there is still a hesitancy in certain groups. What do you say to the people who at this point are just not getting vaccinated? They don't want to get vaccinated. And what's the magic number that we now need so that we can avoid the masks and any other sort of requirements?
Yeah, great question. I like everybody else, the goalpost is moving for us. We heard the other day that 70% may not be good enough. It might have to be higher, 80, 90% to really combat COVID. I'm still really hoping that we can get that 70%. But when we reach 50, which we're going to reach 50 here, it just depends on how long it's going to take us. We're going to reach 50. Anything over 50 is a definite plus for our community. But we're already seeing in other communities that have low vaccination rates and the inundation of their hospital systems. We definitely do not want to be there, be one of those counties that has their hospitals having a waiting list for ICU beds or even beds. And we really need to stop that. And we do that by, again, getting vaccinated, wearing a mask, trying to social distance. I know it's going to be hard because we do want to get back to life, and we are. We're going back to school. We're going back to concerts and things of that nature. We just have to be, responsible for ourselves to make sure that we limit the ability to either catch COVID or spread COVID.
And I think a topic for another time is this coming fall's flu cases. We were all very heavily masked last year, so flu cases were down. That's a conversation for another day. Thanks so much, Lucas County Health Commissioner Zgodzinski, and also VProject partner. Thanks so much.